Welcome. Now that I'm on break, I can finally work on this story more. So here's part 7 to that. If They Hadn't Met Tsukkiyama series. I hope you enjoy. Doomed. Yamaguchi was doomed. Well, more like he was down bad for a certain someone, but same thing. It was now Monday morning before school started, and Yamaguchi had an epiphany of realization during the weekend. Which happens to be the reason as to why he doesn't want to go to school this day, or any time soon if he was being honest. After Tsukkiyama left that Saturday morning, Yamaguchi had sat down and thought. He just had a lot on his mind, and so he needed to organize his thoughts. One thing led to another, and next thing he knew, he was thinking about Tsukkiyama, all the little things he did for Yamaguchi, the way he talked, and all his actions. This train of thought led him to acknowledge his pounding heart and his reddened cheeks. Oh, Yamaguchi thought. I like him. Before he could even think, those words had already spilled out of his mouth, and so now he was left with no option but to accept the truth, to acknowledge his own feelings for Tsukkiyama. The fact he had accepted his feelings for Tsukkiyama doesn't mean he knows what he's going to do, which was the reason he was contemplating on skipping school this Monday. Yamaguchi had no plans to actually confront Tsukkiyama about this, and he had no confidence to face him knowing how he felt. Unfortunately for Yamaguchi, his phone lit up with a notification from none other than Tsukkiyama. Hey, are you going to be fine coming to school today? If you don't feel well, I'm sure your friends can bring you their notes and homework for you to catch up, if you'd like. Yamaguchi had completely forgotten that he hadn't told Tsukkiyama that he wasn't talking to his friends, Reki and Langa. It's okay, I'll be coming to school today. I feel a lot better now, thanks for checking on me. Yamaguchi didn't want to worry Tsukkiyama, not with his friendship problems that he was currently having, and although the offer to stay home was quite tempting, he decided to just go to school and try to act normal for now, at least until he figures out what to do about his feelings. Okay, then I'll see you during lunch. Yeah, see ya. Just act normal, Yamaguchi kept telling himself all the way to school. He was acting weird. Tsukkiyama had noticed that Yamaguchi was acting quite strange, definitely not like his usual self. And at first he just thought that it was due to the whole breakdown issue that happened on Friday, but he had given him 4 days and he was still acting strange. Matter of fact, it got worse by the day. Now Tsukkiyama is not too sure that this was about the issue from last Friday. He thinks this might be a whole new issue concerning him. The reason as to why Tsukkiyama thinks that Yamaguchi might have a problem with him is that every time Yamaguchi is with someone he acts like himself, but as soon as Tsukkiyama approaches him, he either gets nervous and acts differently or tries his best to flee the scene. Just like today. It was now Friday and it has been 1 week since the breakdown issue, and although Tsukkiyama has been trying to be patient with Yamaguchi, he feared the worst from this whole situation, especially with what happened today. Tsukkiyama was walking towards the stairs. He usually meets Yamaguchi there before going to lunch together, when suddenly he receives a text. Hey. I'm really sorry, but I won't be able to have lunch with you today. I have something urgent to attend to, so you can go ahead and eat without me. That's fine, thanks for letting me know. This was a first. Ever since he started having lunch with Yamaguchi, they had never missed a day, so it was definitely a weird feeling knowing he had to eat alone once again. But Tsukkiyama had been eating alone for a long time before he had met Yamaguchi, so it should be fine to eat alone for a day, right? As he was walking to an empty classroom or somewhere quiet to eat his bento, he spotted a bright orange hair on the corner of his eye. Curious, he turned his head to look into the classroom, and there it was, the bright hair belonging to Hinata, along with Yamaguchi. They were sitting together at a desk, eating lunch. They were both laughing and Yamaguchi appeared to be blushing a bit. Not wanting to see anything else, Tsukishima left the scene and went into an empty classroom. He took a sit and was left alone to his thoughts. So that was the urgent matter. It's fine. Tsukishima was fine. When Tsukishima first figured out he had feelings for Yamaguchi, he decided to take them to the grave, never telling a soul. I guess expecting too much was my fault. I should have known it would turn out like this. Tsukishima had expected Yamaguchi to stay his friend, and that's what he regretted doing. He shouldn't have expected anything from anyone. He knew better than this. He knows the outcome to any expectation was disappointment, and perhaps that's why he can only imagine the worst right now. He knows he's not that sociable or a happy-go-lucky person, but that never bothered him. He never cared about that. He never cared about keeping up appearances. Until now. Will he get replaced? For a happier person? For someone more sociable? For someone that is easier to get along with? For someone that can make Yamaguchi laugh? He doesn't know, and not knowing was scary. After some thinking, he decided that what was best for him to do was to keep his distance. It would hurt less if he's the one leaving after all. He had already given up on trust and expectations. After all, those were for the ones with hopes and dreams, and he doesn't have any, not after giving them up a long time ago. So he's going to handle this the best way he handles situations, and that's with a non-caring manner. A cold shoulder, some may say, and hopefully like that he will be able to drive Yamaguchi away. Set on following this through, he cleared his mind and started eating his lunch. After all, if he was going to execute his plan, then he should start by not caring anymore. It was now Thursday of the following week, and even though Tsukishima had tried to prepare himself during the weekend for his plan on Monday, it was easier said than done. The past 3 days were filled with awkward and painful meetings, at least for Tsukishima they were. And just when he thought that he was getting the hang of being cold and uninterested towards Yamaguchi, the unexpected happened. "Hey Tsukishima!" Yamaguchi yelled across the hallway for Tsukishima to stop, giving him no chance to escape the same way he has been doing the past 3 days. "We really need to talk." I'm kinda in the middle of something." "Oh yeah? In the middle of what?" Homework." "Lies. You know that you did that yesterday night. You never leave it for the same day. So stop avoiding me, and stop the excuses. You really think I don't know when you're lying to me?" "It hurts. You know." Yamaguchi's voice cracked a little bit at the end of his sentence. He sounded hurt and looked like he was in pain. Unfortunately, as we've seen before, the bell isn't really a friend of them, so it rings loudly throughout the hallway, signaling that it was time for class to start. "Meet me after school. We really need to talk, so. Please." Okay, fine." Tsukishima couldn't bear to see Yamaguchi's hurt expression, so he accepted his request. This was all unexpected for Tsukishima. He never saw this coming. Especially that Yamaguchi would see through his lies. Maybe, and just maybe, Yamaguchi cares about him more than he thinks. But he's not going to get any ideas on his head. It would just be better to see what Yamaguchi wanted to talk about. You never know, this could be the ending of their friendship. That's all for now. We're nearly at the end of this series, so I really wonder what will happen next. What will this talk be about? We'll have to wait and see. Anyways, thanks for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed. See you all next time.
Later, okay?